Today I'm going to share with you 3 awesome examples of digital marketing for industrial manufacturers. And I think that these examples are really important because I specifically hand selected 3 companies that have kind of different offerings, are different sizes, and are applying different techniques to achieve the same result. And really, that result is simply to get more business, to generate more leads, and to generate revenue. And what I want to share with you today is specific techniques that you can apply to your business at any point to generate more revenue and to grow your business, which is presumably the reason why you're watching this video today. I don't want this to be a sales pitch. Just so you know, I am a marketing guy. I own a marketing agency, and I work predominantly with manufacturers. But one of the really core elements of what I do in every video is to share insights that you guys can take home and to use in your own businesses if you have somebody to implement them. Obviously, I'm here and more than happy to talk to you if you'd want me to do it. But I think that you're going to gain something from this video today that's going to really optimize your potential to generate more revenue and generate more business from the web. So let's get started. First example I have for you today is a company called Lake Erie Rubber. And Lake Erie Rubber is one of my favorite success stories because when he came to us, he literally had no web presence. In fact, his website was in the process of being shut down, and he was kind of in an emergency situation. He reached out to me and said, "Hey, Nate, I really need to get a website up quickly." And so I took a look at what he already had up, and it was a very bare bones website. And so this website had, just an overall services page, kind of encompassed pretty much everything he does on one page. And I'll get into the reasons why that's a bad strategy in a few minutes, but let's just suffice to say he was getting no traffic, no leads from the web. So we built a website for him very quickly. Within about 3 weeks of us launching this website, could have been 2 weeks, he got an inquiry from a company that said they had been searching desperately for someone that had his skill sets for the past 6 months. They were in the process of trying to shut down the business. They were looking to sell it to someone, and they said that they hadn't been able to identify anyone, evidently in the geographic area with the right combination of services. So they said they did one last ditch effort search, and voila, there he was, right at the top of search results. And so this is before we really did any marketing for him whatsoever. We simply built a new website and did some of the fundamentals of just having good service pages that are labeled with keywords that he offers. And they found him. So this is a great story. Since then, we've done so many great things together. We've generated a ton of revenue in the millions of dollars. And so I'm going to start with Lake Erie Rubber and just kind of go through some of the things that worked for him. Now, before I get into that, actually, I want to just emphasize that every manufacturer is different size, they have different offerings, and realistically speaking, they have different budgets. And so I want to cover with you today, what are the non-negotiables of digital marketing? What can you not do without? And then what are some of the things that you could do as you grow and as you get bigger and have more marketing budget that you can apply to your business and grow that traffic even further and get more and more leads. So the first non-negotiable, and this is absolutely non-negotiable because whether you are driving traffic from the web, whether you're driving traffic from your outside sales, whether you're going to trade shows, whether you just have people that you've reached out to that you're interested in working with, the first thing they're going to do is look at your website. You have to have a good website. So I want to talk to you about what a good website looks like and what are the elements you need to incorporate into that site. So looking at Lake Erie Rubber, there's a couple things I want to emphasize about this website. And you're going to see this in all 3 examples that I give you today. So looking at Lake Erie Rubber's website, the first thing you notice when you get to this website is you have a very clear understanding of exactly who they are and what they do. And right here in this above the fold area, you can see these offerings: injection molding, compression molding, transfer molding, and rubber mold tooling. So you know exactly what this company does, okay? So the next thing that's really important is to have a really clear statement about who we are and what we do in this above the fold area, and then our get a quote button. And the big idea here is that we do not want people to have to take too many steps to get to the action that we really want them to take. And in most cases, that's a get a quote or buy now, whatever it might be. It's just a strong call to action. The second fundamental in a good website design is having good service landing pages that outline specific service or offering segments. And so, as we already outlined here, he's got his injection molding, compression molding, transfer molding, and then the rubber mold tooling. So each one of these pages is dedicated to a topic and dedicated to a keyword set. And so when I say keyword set, I'm referring to a keyword or a set of words that somebody's going to go to Google, type into the search bar, and then ideally find us for. So when we go to the injection molding page, what we want is we want to kind of identify what would somebody Google if they're looking for the service of injection molding or rubber injection molding. So because there's various types of injection molding, he only does rubber molding. We want to show up as somebody's looking for rubber injection molding or rubber injection molding manufacturer. So we made sure that when we identify that keyword set, we put it in the key areas that Google's going to look to identify what this page is about, and then to potentially match it up to the person searching for that. And so the first place up here where I'm hovering my mouse is called your SEO title, your search engine optimization title. So you can see that I have the keyword set custom rubber injection molding put there in that SEO title. You can also see that I have it here in my heading. And this is the second place Google's going to look. So really what we want to tell them from top to bottom that this is a page about rubber injection molding. If somebody Googles that term, we want to show up for that term. The third thing I'd like to point out about this page is that it has a good amount of length to it, okay? So I don't just have a couple sentences up here at the top say, hey, we're great at rubber injection molding, contact us today. In Google's eyes, that's not enough content for this page really to be respected in search results. The basic idea is that if you want to show up in search for a term, we have to show Google, we have to demonstrate to them that this page is more or less going to answer the question of the person that Googled it. So really, the more content that you have on this page, the better. And we also want a variety of different types of content. We don't just want a big block of words. We want to have headings. We want to have the words. We want to have some pictures. We want to make sure that we have our alt tags on these pictures. We want to have video if possible. So there's a lot of different content that can tell Google that this is a well-developed page on the topic. And down here you can see we're addressing different industries. So this is a thoroughly developed page that is going to tell Google that this page deserves to rank. So those are really the core fundamentals of a process that we call search engine optimization. So your first step or your first non-negotiable item, no matter what size manufacturer you are, no matter what your offerings are, is number one, to have a good website that clearly outlines what your offerings are and has good service pages that address kind of those niche offerings or those subsets of your offerings. So that's the first step. The second step is to have good SEO, good search engine optimization. So when we just talked about this page of content on Lake Erie Rubber's website that's dedicated to a keyword set, that's kind of a crossover between that good website design, good user experience, and SEO. Because on-page SEO is all about good pages with the right keywords that have a good length and have a lot of different types of content on it. So SEO is simply the process of getting ranked higher in search results for the terms that are going to bring you business. And so, like I said, there's a lot of crossover between SEO and your website because half of SEO is on your website. I'm not going to get too much further into SEO, but I just wanted to emphasize that it is a non-negotiable. You have to understand it, and you have to be able to generate content that's going to encompass keyword sets that your target market is going to type into search to find you. So Lake Erie Rubber is one example, and I want to show you some analytics on this company before we move on to the next, just to kind of show you what SEO, what the result of it is. So the first tool I want to show you is called Google Search Console. Now this tool is free. All you have to do is Google Search Console, and it'll give you some instructions about a tracking code that you need to place onto your website. Once you do that, you'll start to be able to access this data. The one disadvantage to this tool is that it only goes back 16 months. I wish that we could go back further, because what I would be able to show you is where this chart originated. And we're talking probably about 2.5, 3 years ago. But one thing you can see from this chart is a really nice uptrend in the two different lines that you see here. The one is purple and the one's blue. Now your purple line refers to something called impressions. So all impressions are they're a view in Google search. So basically, when it registers an impression here, that means that somebody saw our listing in search. Your blue line is clicks. Now this is what we're even more interested in, because we want somebody to not just see us in search results, we want them to click on us in search results. So what you can see in both of these lines is a really nice uptrend. Now just to demonstrate that a little bit further, I'm going to Google a term. I'm going to do a rubber mold tooling manufacturer, and I'm just going to make this a nationwide search. So right up here at the top, you have a sponsored listing. So we haven't got into this conversation yet, but I will in a minute. So these are called pay-per-click advertisements, which basically means that when you go to Google, you sign up for a Google Ads account and you say, hey, I want to rank at the top for, these 10 terms. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to bid against other companies that want to rank for that term. And then every time somebody clicks on this, it's going to cost whoever's ad that was, it could be any amount of money depending on how competitive the term is. I've seen them be as low as 30 cents. I've seen them be as high as a couple $100. In a case like this click probably cost this company somewhere between $10 and $15. So right underneath that, you have a nationwide directory. This is actually part of a broader advertising directory for manufacturers, and this is one of their subdomains that they also advertise companies on. So right underneath that, we have Lake Erie Rubber. Okay, so this is an extremely advantageous position for us to be, because if somebody's looking for a rubber mold tooling manufacturer, this being a directory, this is probably not going to serve them the exact results they want, but they're going to see this company right here. Hey, these people do rubber mold tooling and design, and we're going to take a look at them. So if I don't click on Lake Erie Rubber, they got an impression. Now everyone on this page, as I scroll down it, also got an impression. And you can actually see that we've also got Lake Erie Rubber in another position down here. So this is really cool that they have this presence on the first page of Google. But in this case, so far, they've only got an impression. Now, if I actually click on them, now it doesn't cost them any money because this is an organic listing. So if I click on them, you can see we go right to their rubber mold tooling page. So now if we were to go back to Google Search Console, that gets registered as a click and it gets registered as an impression. So this tool actually gives us some really, really awesome insights into opportunities that we could even go after down the road. So I'm going to add another column in here, the average position. So what this is going to do is give me an average position over 16 months. And so now what I can see down here is I can see all of the keywords, hundreds or even thousands of keywords that people have Googled. I can see how many clicks I've gotten, how many people Google that term, saw us in search results, clicked on us, how many impressions I've gotten, and then also what our average position for that keyword has been over that time period. So I can actually start to dig into new opportunities using this tool. So if I order these keywords by position, knowing that I probably want to be in the top 10 at least, right? I want to be at least in the top 10 search results. I can start scrolling until I get to an average position that's below 10. So I'm going to click through. So now you can see I'm at 15. So one of the keywords that jumps out here in terms of impressions, 38,000 impressions comparatively, that's a lot. I can see his average position is 15 for that. He's gotten 22 clicks. So neoprene might be an okay keyword for him, but being, kind of in this space and understanding marketing, I also know that there's 1,000 reasons why somebody might Google neoprene. They might be looking for a product made of neoprene that they can just buy. They might be looking for sheets of neoprene. Who knows? But they aren't necessarily looking for somebody that can injection mold neoprene or compression mold it. So I'm going to kind of get away from this keyword right now. Even though it has a lot of impressions, I'm really not that interested in it. This keyword though, okay, how about this one? So this one has 413 impressions, which is not a ton, but still that's quite a bit of search volume. And I can see that his average position is 15.4, and this keyword is over molded rubber. Now I know this is something that he does because I understand him, he's my customer. And I know that 15 isn't that far from the position that we would want. So there's a really good opportunity here that if we were to write a new page about over molded rubber, there's a good chance I'd be able to push his ranking up into the top 10 and potentially even up higher than that, depending on the competition. And then all of a sudden he's going to start getting a lot more clicks for that, as well as a lot more impressions. So this is a great tool for doing some additional research. Hope this was helpful for you today. Please check out my channel, like it, subscribe, and if you're interested in talking more with me personally about digital marketing for industrial companies, please reach out. Just go to wecreate.com, fill out the form there, and I'll get back to you. But if you want to do more on your own, I have several good videos about how to pick good keywords, how to construct good content for your website, and how to do some of the other things that are involved with SEO. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed it.